Slashing across slopes and carving your own path down mountains are a few of the things you'll be doing in Shaun Snowboarding from Ubisoft. LiveWire's got Louis Lamarche here to tell us more about the game. Let's get started. Fran, it's all you.
Thanks. Yeah, Louis, thanks for coming in. I actually saw this game at UB Days in Paris just about a month or so ago. You have a new demo for us, is that right?
Yeah, well, we have the full open mountain experience now in its full seamless multiplayer, single-player glory. Of course, today we have only one screen, so you won't be able to see all the other characters connected to the mountain. But basically, the whole experience now is totally online. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if you're with friends or not; you can still do your own thing. But it's exactly what you would expect of snowboarding: being with your friends on the mountain, hitting the half pipe, hitting the slopes, and going left and right on a whole experience.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about this. It sounds to me like the mountain is kind of your lobby to interact with people and hang out, and you're still riding the mountain and doing all those things. How do you communicate with these people?
Well, we have a proximity chat just because we want it to be authentic, so the closer you get to people, you'll hear them. Or, of course, we let you, open your own private channel within the game itself, all through the D-pad, basically.
Okay. And what platforms is this version for?
This is a 360, PS3, and PC.
Great. And it's all built on the Assassin's Creed engine, right?
Yes. It's a modified version of the Assassin's Creed engine. We added a lot of technology to it in order to basically build a snowboard experience. A mass planner to let us basically plant thousands and thousands of independently animated trees that you can see really down far away in the backcountry there, because this is a peak area. We've also basically added a lot of physics element. The whole riding experience is totally physics driven. Gravity is what's pulling you down.
Right. Yeah, so maybe just for everybody out there, I mean, there've been a lot of snowboarding games in the history of video games, right? So where does this fit in with the 1080s, the SSXs, the amps of the world?
This basically is the authenticity of the sport itself. It's not just about tricking and racing. It's about being on the mountain with your friends, having fun, exploring the old environment. It's a whole experience. So it's about risk taking. So you'll actually gain rewards by taking risk when you're on the peak. Avalanches, cliffs, crevices, danger. It's about performing. It's about, standing out from the crowd, basically.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I think we have several minutes for this demo. Did you want to just walk us through a few things?
Well, now Daryl is in the Alpine Village. This is the Alps. It's one of our mountains that we have in the game. We have Alaska, Park City, Utah, and Japan. Yeah. We're actually showing about a sixth of the mountain at E3 this week. Daryl is currently just riding down in free ride, which he's actually progressing. Everything you do in the game, you progress. For each trick or each risk that Daryl takes, he's basically gaining reputation and respect, and that reputation eventually trickles back down to money, and eventually Daryl can, buy new gear. And it's very important for us because you want to be able to stand out. So when you see the guy with the awesome gear, you know who you're riding with.
That's what I was going to ask. When you're on the mountain, I mean, do you see badges and? I mean, how does it come up that you're like this? You have this high reputation on the mountain. Is it just all your gear? That's how it comes
it's your gear. It's the leaderboards. It's who you're playing with. We'll be able to identify everything is leaderboarded, from airtime to the actual amount of snowballs that you throw at people. Actually, Daryl could have fun and throw snowballs at his friends. During a competition, of course, you'd be disqualified for doing something like that. But right. We have things you wouldn't expect, like death races, where the goal is to throw your friend down a crevice.
Really?
Nice.
Or maybe your friends are in front of you, and all right,
we endorse murder.
I could actually start an avalanche here and try and hit them.
Really?
Just a personal.
You have all these. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, just a personal question. I had no idea that snowboarding was popular in Japan. What location are you guys showing?
Actually, we have a virtual location.
I couldn't help it.
But yes, it is very popular. I think there's like 800 resorts in Japan.
Wow.
It's huge.
I had no idea. Interesting. Good. I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like.
So yeah, I mean, I think we just have a minute or two left here, but are we gonna? I hear that you can make it on the lift, right? Are we gonna be able to see that?
You can ride the lift. You can ride. The only way to get on the peak is by chopper, of course. But yes, you can ride the lift around the environment. You can jump off the lift. it's an experience basically. We're really trying to bring the mountain to your living room. That is exactly what we're doing. This is how we're redefining it. It's just by giving you the whole experience of what it is to be with your friends on the mountain. And this is what Shaun also expressed from the beginning when we started working with him. Is like, you know, people know me for being like a champion, but everything. But I like being with my friends on the mountain. I like going to Alaska and taking the risk and jumping down cliffs.
Right.
So that's the reason why we're giving you massive open mountain to play with. So there are slopes, but there's nothing stopping you from going left and right or cutting through the tree line to go to the next slope. It's really open.
Very cool.
All right, well, we have 1 minute about left. So anything that you want to tell us that maybe we haven't touched upon yet that you want to show off?
Well, again, imagine being on the mountain with 16s of your friend. We're hoping for more and being able to like bet and call out challenge with them.
So it's a number of 15 or 16 people on the mountain at one time?
We have 16 right now. We're actually aiming for more.
PS3 and 360 both?
PS3, 360, and PC. Right. And people can do their own challenge and go left and right. You're open to do whatever you want, basically.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, thanks so much. Interesting stuff. It's always great to see more snowboarding games, especially ones that attempt a more realistic gameplay style. Guys at home, we will be right back.